if one doesn't land, it's just going to keep going.
When that troll runs into the car, so I was watching this again, just to write notes and do all that. I could have done this episode without watching the movie, but I'm like, that's dumb. I got to watch it. And when that troll runs into Ernest's door, I laughed so hard. It just it knocks itself out. And Ernest hits himself with that door. Oh, I love that scene so much. Now, another thing, old lady Hackmore, she wants Ernest to get this troll out. So then she can rescue... Okay, the only way that she could have rescued her family, her sisters and brothers, are by destroying the troll. So did she tell Ernest exactly what to say, knowing that he will say that, so that she knows he's the great redneck hope, so she can go and get her family back?
I don't think she did it on purpose.
You don't think so?
I think she just happened to take advantage of the situation. She's like, well, it's already here. I guess I'll go do this.
Because if she didn't tell him what to say, he never would have said it.
Yeah, that's a very good point. She's playing a long game then.
Yeah, because she knows he's dumb enough to go back and do it, right?
I think she thinks he's smarter than he actually is. Because she's like, don't go. And then he actually goes and does it. And she's like, oh, I should never have said that.
Yeah, you're right. And also, in the beginning of the film, we know that Ernest is the sanitary... he does all the sanitation for the small town in Missouri. And the mayor and the sheriff are talking about how they serve papers to old lady Hackmore to her house, because her house is incredibly dirty. But old lady Hackmore has been building up that trash in her front yard for 20 years, 50 years, 100 years. She's hundreds of years old, right?
I mean, it has to be at least 130.
At least. More. Yeah, or more. So she's been building that for close to 130 years. And they just issued her papers?
What I imagined, I thought that she was just some crazy artist who built stuff, like built statues in her yard when I first saw this film.
Oh, I definitely agree. I just think, why are they serving her papers now after 130 years? The mayor's acting like it's the first time he saw what was in there.
Why? I guess he's trying to just prove that he's doing something to his constituents, try to get reelected.
Maybe that was what he ran on. Maybe that was his platform.
I'm gonna clean up Lady Hackmore's yard. Small town politics.
But see, the thing is, her house is surrounded by a large wall, so you can't see a lot of that trash.
And it's not like it's in the town square. It's out a good ways too.
Yeah. So I mean, who's driving by this? Do you think he has a few constituents that are very vocal, and he's just trying to serve those papers?
Yeah, or he's the type of guy who's sort of a bully, just wants to pick on, people who won't fight back. And he's like, this old lady who lives in the middle of nowhere, clearly, like, no one's going to complain if I harass her.
And also, this mayor, remember when Ernest is running with his megaphone going, trolls, trolls? The mayor walks up to his son's like, what is this idiot up to? Like, so they know that they hired him knowing that Ernest is quirky.
Yeah.
So is that a nice thing? Like, Ernest breaks that guy's windshield and he doesn't fire him. He drags a woman in a trash can. So this mayor's not totally bad, is he?
No. I like to imagine that Ernest is like the town charity case. Like, everyone knows that this guy is trying really hard, that he's just not very smart. And so they just keep him around.
Do these townsfolk know that he escaped from prison and almost died? That would have made the news, correct?
Oh, and it would have had to. 100%.
So they kind of know about his history.
Well, that's assuming that he did that in this town, because from my understanding, Ernest lives in a bunch of different places.
Yeah, he's moved all over the place.
He's just like the Midwest dude, like the embodiment of the Midwest and I guess northern, southern parts of the United States.
I think he just gets a job, gets fired, moves along.
But in this one, I think this movie is sort of the linchpin of the universe, because this is where he's born and where he's from. So he is from Briarsville.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And also, how strong is he? Because he is compacted by a trash compactor. And then that thing that's easily hundreds of pounds he lands face first when that thing falls out. So he's not a human. Like, his bone system, do you think the curse made him stronger? Like, if you're going to be dumb, you have to be tough?
I think there's actually two things going on. There's one curse and then one, for lack of a better word, blessing. So the curse makes him dumb, but being the seventh son of a seventh son makes him basically durable, super durable. So he has these two things going against each other. So imagine if he didn't have the troll curse, and then he was also the seventh son of the seventh son. He would basically be He-Man.
He'd be taking over. He'd be Dolph Lundgren, because Dolph Lundgren has a doctor, a PhD.
I didn't know that. Really?
Yeah, chemical engineering. So he either has a master's in chemical engineering or a PhD. Dude's super smart. They did dumb action movies, which I love all of them. And also, in the end, when he learns that milk isn't going to do the trick, he picks up this troll who's been essentially supersized. And so this troll gets hit by trucks. It is super strong. So its bone density, its weight. I mean, this is easily a 100-pound, at least a 100-pound troll.
Oh, it has to be more. Yeah.
Ernest,
300 pounds.
Ernest picks up this troll and has his arms at full length with his arms under the troll's armpits, holding him without hurting. So he is maybe at least 150 pounds, arms fully extended with a little troll dancing with it. His shoulders and back and he's a wiry fella.
He has all that workman strength, right?
Yeah.
He's just shoveling and picking stuff up. He's constantly moving.
But that's not human strength. That's like that's Dwayne Johnson's strength in a movie.
Yeah, he's definitely superhuman. So let's just be clear. He's super strong. What do you say? He's clever. He's
yeah. I mean, industrious.
Industrious. He's brave. Like, he's a great hero.
He goes into the troll's lair looking for a fist fight. He knows this troll is murderous and deadly, and he goes there by himself looking to fight a troll. He's very brave, isn't he?
Yeah, he's super brave. Yeah.
Wow.
So there's a couple of things that I want to touch on that I think were really funny. So in I guess 2/3 of the way through the movie, or about 1/3 of the way through the movie, there is the fight scene between the kids and the bullies.
Oh, goodness.
And one of the things they toss at the kids is pizza. And when I saw this, I freaked out because I was like, why would you waste good pizza? If you were going to throw food at your nemesis, don't throw pizza. You should throw something really strange and weird like Brussels sprouts.
Kiwi fruit.
Yeah, like something that you don't want and you know they don't want. So it stains their clothes or it makes them smell bad and chases them off. It's like the skunk tactic.
Fried sushi.
Yeah. Just a big gun of mayonnaise. But I saw that, I was like, no, what are you doing? It was like the only time in the movie where I got mad at it.
So this pizza isn't cut. It is a full pizza. So did Ernest, and they would be really junky. So these look like, you know what these could be? Ernest just had a bunch of pizzas in his home, frozen. And he had built a pizza thrower. So maybe he bought those pizzas and froze them to make his pizza thrower. Because maybe he worked at a pizza joint and he wanted to figure out a good system to deliver it to people's tables. And it backfired. So he has it around over years and then he just has some frozen pizzas left over.
That's going into my head canon right now. Because I can 100% imagine him working at a pizza place and trying to do something good and just screw it up.
Yeah, I mean, throw pizzas at people. The dog food was good, though. Shooting the dog food at the kids.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah. We'll see how Rimshot thought about that, though.
I gotta tell you, the bullies in this movie, Mike and Matt? Yeah, the bullies. Mike and Matt Murdock. Matt is intimidating, the big kid. You watch some of these bullies in movies, and you're like, this kid oozes menace, doesn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
He's a mean kid. But he throws rocks at people and pushes them. Like his dad's the mayor, so he probably realizes he's untouchable, and he's big for his age. He's a jerk. Yeah. And they wreck things.
Well, I mean, they just showed up and tried to wreck the treehouse.
Yeah, and they got dog fooded for it.
Oh, it's the worst. Those are the worst kids. Like, I remember making, when I was little, I spent like an hour making a snowman, and this bully, within 5 minutes of me getting it together, this bully showed up and just ran up and knocked it down.
Oh,
I was so angry, and I was like, this is like that right there. They're jealous that they didn't do it, so they're just going to destroy it.
these punks. And they go actively looking for it.
Yeah. Like, how do you find it, though? Like, they're like...
Well, it's close to the road. It's very close to the road because people are able to drive their cars through woods. If this was a total thicket, they wouldn't be able to do it, correct?
Yeah, you're right. It's a little weird because I thought they implied that they had to, like, discover the tree.
Yeah, because they went through this weird portal to get to it. But then you can just drive your cars right up to it.
Like many other things in the Ernest verse, it doesn't totally make sense. But you have to be right. It has to be near the road.
I mean, the only way for them to build that treehouse in a day is so he could back up his truck.
Yeah.
And with all the gear in it.
Yeah. I wonder, like, I don't think they even did it in an afternoon. I think they did it in, like, 2 hours.
It was quick. So the first day, right, they're in school. Ernest drives around with them in the truck. The second day, they go looking for the tree. So they have to get up in the morning, do all that stuff. And then they drive around, probably looking for a couple hours. Then they put the tree together, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they leave at night, but it's what, Missouri in fall. So I'm sure sunset is around 6:30, 5:30, right?
Yeah.
6?
Yeah. That's what I was thinking too.
So yeah, what do you think? Like 4 hours, 5 hours, 2 hours?
I think like they put it together in 2 to 3 hours tops.
I think Ernest got everything for them. Like Ernest was ferrying everything. What do you think? And telling them what to do, and then they just went up and did it.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because it's like you get off of school around 2:30 or 3. They go directly there. They build it, and they get home by 5:36.
Yep. Man, Ernest is good.
Yeah, I forgot how much I love this character. Like I didn't forget, but like now it's like bumped him up again for me. I was like, oh no, I really love this character. He's ridiculous.
I mean, the lines in this movie are brilliant. You'll pay for the sins of your forefathers. I only had one. Like I didn't have forefathers. I only had one. I didn't know him that well.
So that's a great segue. What is that your favorite line? What is your favorite one-liner in this film?
Okay, I mean, I guess a lot of people go to how about a bumper sandwich, booger lips. And then, there ain't no trees in Botswana. Nuh-uh. I should know. I'm a Botswanian lumberjack, and I never had a job. But the one I say the most is, does a one-legged duck swim in a circle? And so, Megan, you've met Megan. I would say that all the time. She's like, Mark, you want pizza for dinner? Yeah, does a one-legged duck swim in a circle? She's like, just say yes. But now at work, so she said that, like, when she started using that at work, she said everyone started laughing. So now she says it. So I think my most used line is, or some say a milk punch. Now I'm going to go with does a one-legged duck swim in a circle. What's yours?
So, like you, I think all those are really good. I also love the dog quote. Yeah, that's like,
oh, Splinter.
Yeah, what good is a wooden dog? Oh, sure, they can swim better. But what am I going to call him? Splinter? And I think that's really good. But my personal favorite is the doll scene at the very beginning when he's talking to the doll. He's like, no, don't put me in there.
I know where you live.
I think that's so ridiculous.
And I love the scene where he's like, sure, I'm scared. Everyone's scared. Like, everyone in Botswana is scared. And then I also love that line where he's talking about Dutch elm. He's like, it's Dutch elm. He's like, stay away from, but none of us are Dutch, so you don't have to worry.
I forgot about that line until you just said it. I laughed out loud when that happened.
Yeah, but none of us are Dutch. And then I say this a lot. I don't know what it, like the bark always grows on the outside of the tree. And when she comes up and makes fun of, like, she's saying, this is a nightmare. And then Ernest is like, wow, I wouldn't call it a nightmare. And he's like, I know Tai Chi, Chow Mein. I watched Hulkamania 3 times, once in slow-mo. And then she said to him, you bothered the entire planet.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we're skipping really the most well-known one, though.
Booger Lips or Miak?
I think Miak is first, and then Booger Lips is second.
What a great line.
Yeah, it is fantastic. So I want to jump all the way back to the beginning.
Ooh.
So this movie starts with a banging, absolutely slaps music.
The score is fantastic. A lot of organ.
I've been listening to it on my computer while I've been working.
Dun, 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 dun,
So good. And I was like watching that, and I was like, this is such a good setup for this movie. just from a intellectual level, because they're like, okay, we are purposely going to be a B